So, the She-Hulk trailer just dropped, and there's one specific thing that just makes me really upset about it that I really need to talk about. And no, it's not the fact that she insulted Tony Stark, because talk shit about him all you want, you don't know him like I do.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason.
Wait, hold on. How is this now about me?
Anyway, let's get into it. Hello Space Birds, welcome back to another analysis video. This isn't really an analysis video, seeing as I did not prepare a script for this, and this is basically me just ranting as much as I can and as much as I'm thinking, because I mean, I do not have time right now. I'm in the middle of a huge project. But aside from that, let's get into this. So first off, I just want to say I am not showing any hate to the trailer, not any hate to the people who made this show, not any hate to the people who are enjoying it and can't wait for it. It's okay to like it. Like, I'm not thinking it. I mean, I haven't even seen the show yet. I don't even know if it's gonna be good or bad. And I think it's like physically impossible for me to hate something that Marvel made. So like, if you guys like it, go off. But, okay, so I've heard from many people that the She-Hulk design is comically accurate, and I have no say on what that's supposed to be because I have not actually read the She-Hulk comics. But from what I've heard, She-Hulk is not supposed to be similar to the size to the Hulk at all. She's just supposed to be smaller because apparently of the way she got her powers. Which, I mean, if it's comic accurate and you're enjoying it, that's fine. But the reason this infuriates me is because I just was expecting something else. But here's why I feel like this is kind of lame. When you think of the Hulk, right? You think of like literally the Hulk. Like he's this monstrous, raging beast of a creature. And that kind of, and like also there's so many other superheroes like that. Like the Fantastic Four rock guy, I think his name's The Thing. There's Venom, okay? There's so many monstrous male heroes. There's like, I mean, I don't know if Drax counts, he's an alien, but he's like, I guess buff. Anyway, Korg. Like, there are so many monstrous dudes, but there are no monstrous women. And I mean, I know the reason to that is because of gender roles. And there are not a lot of like representation for women who have muscles or women of different body types and stuff like that. It's not done because of gender roles and sexism and whatnot. So when I heard about She-Hulk, I got so excited because I thought, oh my God, for once, we're going to have a female superhero whose power is not pretty or like stereotypically feminine. She's gonna be monstrous, she's gonna go crazy, she's gonna be off the rails, unhinged woman. And I got really excited about that, but I also got really worried. Like, if you think back to about a year ago when this was announced, I made a rant similar to this one about how I really wanted to see a monstrous She-Hulk. And I have a really awful feeling of dread that they're going to make She-Hulk a human-sized woman who's not big and bulky and muscly. This is the result of that. This is the end of that story, and the She-Hulk is, disappointingly to me, not monstrous. And I honestly don't know what I expected. This is apparently a truer to the comics design, but Marvel is not famous for making things exactly true to the comics, so I figured that they might take some creative liberties or take it one step further and make an actual hulking, monstrous beast woman, and they did not. That's why I'm disappointed about it, because they took this design of a character who they're comparing to the Hulk, who is a monster, and they made it like the female version of that. Like just a tall, skinny, hourglass-shaped woman. It's gender roles. They're not inherently bad. Like, women who want an hourglass shape and women who want to be stereotypically feminine should be celebrated. That's a good thing. But it's just been done to pieces. We have an overabundance of heterosexual women. We have an overabundance of women who want to be feminine in that stereotypical way. I'm quite frankly, ready for something new. I'm ready for representation for women who want to express their femininity in many different ways. Like a woman who wants to be strong, or a woman who wants to be just bigger in general. Like, that's a possibility, and that's valid. And I think Hollywood and Marvel need to understand that there's more than one way to be feminine, and it's not just the stereotypical way. And yeah, there are other parts of the trailer that really pissed me off too. Like, it seemed really patronizing. Like, later in the trailer, when her friends are all around her and she's like, oh my god, like, your ass looks amazing.
Your
like,
ass looks crazy right now.
this would not be done to the male Hulk. Like, yes, like, he's got a stereotypically masculine body and she's got a stereotypically feminine body, and I should just get used to that by now. But, like, the thing about gender roles is that, like, they don't seem wrong to somebody who's, like, expresses their gender in a very classic way. But if they were to reverse them, then everyone would be like, that's weird and kind of wrong and stepping over the line. Like, it just felt like they were disrespecting this character, and I'm not comfy with that. And also, like, the scene at the end where she's, like, on Tinder or whatever and dating a bunch of dudes, like, part of her character is defined by wanting to date a bunch of men. Like, that's okay. Like, again, women wanting to adhere to gender roles is not a bad thing, but it's been done to death. Like, I'm so sick of these characters, these female characters, completely being defined by wanting to have relationships and wanting to have a feminine shape and, like, a pretty, like, look at, she's got, like, pretty hair and, like, perfect makeup. Like, I'm done with this perfection standard of women, because not all women want to be like that. Me, for example, like, I thought I was gonna be represented in this, but it's just, it disappointed me, the trailer, and it made me upset, and I wanted to talk about it. I mean, it's not like I was expecting her to be exactly like Hulk anyway. Like, I know that she's different, and I know that she's supposed to be funny and, like, a vigilante and kind of sarcastic, and that's cool. We can do that. We can have a sarcastic character, but we don't have to have it, like, weirdly patronizing. She can be intimidating and taken seriously while still being sarcastic. Like, hello, look at Tony Stark. Like, look at Deadpool. Like, there are intimidating, taken seriously characters who can also be sarcastic and vigilante. Even the part in the trailer where they're like, they changed your slogan to, you'll like her when she's angry. Like, no, that's not what Hulk's supposed to be about. You're not supposed to like the Hulk when he's angry. You're supposed to be like, oh my god, I'm terrified, I'm going to die. Like, I want to see a woman in the media who I am terrified of and who is, like, absolutely insanely monstrous and scary and who would crush me. Not someone's like, oh my god, I like her when she's angry, haha, she's so, like, pretty and funny and cute. Like, it just felt wrong to me. And this just feeds into the discussion of, like, how people express their gender differently. And again, like with LGBT representation, there isn't enough representation for people who don't adhere to gender roles. Like, the same could be said the other way around. There's not a lot of representation in media for men who like to express their masculinity in very different ways, like men who would be more stereotypically, like, feminine. It just, not showing people that gender is a spectrum can lead to, like, toxic masculinity, and people can define gender however they want to, and not a lot of people know this. If you adhere to the gender that society has given you, you don't see that there are people who don't, and you don't see the world from the perspective of someone that it's not made for, and it can be really difficult. And this is just one of those times where it just feels really difficult for me, someone who is not heterosexual and does not abide to the societal gender roles. And yeah, in conclusion, I've said this like 5 times already, but I thought I would get some representation for a female character who's not pretty, perfect, beautiful, stereotypically feminine, and maybe one who's more monstrous, intimidating, scary, just disgusting fists of rage, who I'm sure I'm not the only woman who would identify with, but there wasn't. Maybe we'll do better next time, and maybe this show won't be bad. I'm fully willing to watch it and be open-minded and say, you know what, that's okay. It's okay. I do not hate it. I am not going to hate on it. It just touched something in me that made me think of some other things that make me upset, like gender roles. So I felt like I needed to talk about it. But if you're excited for the She-Hulk trailer and the She-Hulk series, go off. I'm right there with you. I just thought that this needed to be discussed. Pretty darn good for not being scripted. I don't know how much I can put of the She-Hulk trailer in YouTube without being copyrighted, but we'll see. All right, Space Birds, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this very unhinged video. I can't wait to see you next time. Have an amazing day, and remember, you are valid.